So I'm sitting here, obviously playing some great games in the Nuka-cade here in Nuka World on Tour, playing all the games the, of course, very legit way. And then I started thinking, what should I do next? What should I do next? And then it hit me. It hit me harder than Dwayne Johnson knocking out Kevin Hart. And I knew this idea was going to be great. With the new Atlantic City update, there's so much new stuff. And I'm not talking about what happens in Atlantic City. I'm talking about right here in our backyard of West Virginia. So I figured I'll put a list together of a couple of amazing new changes you need to know about right now in Fallout 76 after the Atlantic City update. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so for change number 1, this one is a very important one, and it's adding new vendor, plans, and a daily quest. Right below Vault 76 here is going to be the new lumber mill. You want to go ahead and travel to it, or fast travel, whether you've already been here or not, and you just didn't notice. And when you get here, go inside the building. You can go right through the wall if you would like to. And there's a lot of stuff in here, like a stash box to the left, a bunch of vending machines, but like the ammo and medical ones there. You have workbenches, perk card slots, and everything you could need in here. This is honestly a new player wonder. So go here to the back right and you will find this vendor right here. And she is selling a couple of plans. And these I completely believe, like 99.9% sure, is brand new plans. So she's got new plans. She is selling medical stuff. She's selling a lot of, honestly, very new player friendly or new character if you're a veteran just starting again. Friendly stuff. Very worth coming over here, especially when you get your first set of caps. She's selling weapon paints. I'm not sure what guns they're for because they're just called loadout paints. Kind of odd. And a Vault Tech survival backpack, which backpacks are very essential and will honestly pair very well with what I'm going to show you later. So go ahead and buy your new plans. Even veterans, I'm pretty sure these are new, so you can absolutely come over here and grab those plans. Now, there's even more here. If you turn over to your right just a bit, there is going to be this wonderful man right here, and his name is Lane. When you talk to him, just go ahead and lie to his face or talk to him politely and peruse all the way to the end of his dialogue tree. When you get to the end of his dialogue tree after you lie to him, don't lie to him, guys, obviously. Be nice, come on. You will get a daily quest. So yes, this is a brand new daily quest. I do not recognize this ever being in the game. And when you get the quest, it's actually pretty dang simple. I'm not going to lie. All you're going to have to do is go grab some materials and deliver them. And the daily is called A Better Tomorrow, by the way, in case you're looking for it in your Pip-Boy. And you're like me and you have 862 different daily quests covering up your whole screen. You're not sure which one it is. It's called A Better Tomorrow. So step 1 is just going to be to gather a bunch of supplies. And it's just going to be 3 items. It's going to be around. Though I'm not going to lie, I have heard that there might be different steps. So if that's true, then there might be something else you'll have to do when you get your daily quests. But if you get this one, you will just have to go ahead and grab 3 items. Craft something at the Tinker's Workbench, which is right there for your convenience. And then you'll have to travel probably on foot if you don't have the location or if it's in somewhere random. And you'll just have to run through the mountains, trees, dodge the bobcats, fight the mirelurks, watch out for the flying death claws in the sky, and the scorch beasts that are deep inside the ground. Obviously, all those things are wrong, and don't trust what I just said. When you get to your destination, go ahead and just plop it down where it tells you. And your next step, of course, lovingly, is going to be to return all the way back from where you came from. You could fast travel, or you could do it the painful way like I am, for the sake of the video, and running all the way back on foot. It's painful, very, very painful, but once you get back is when all the fun starts. Not really. It's just when you finish the quest, and to me, that's when the fun starts. So once you go ahead and finish the quest, you will get a bunch of supplies. Now, looking at the rewards, most of it is really new player friendly and very good for new players. I would definitely recommend if you're a new player, new character, or whatever, you should definitely do this quest maybe a couple days in a row because it's dailies, and it will help tremendously. You get a lot of food, water, healing supplies, and some throwables. It's really useful, really helpful. I definitely think new players should absolutely take advantage of this super easy daily quest. And yeah. For change number 2, we have a bunch of new locations around Vault 76. There is a total of 6 new locations, though one has a couple more entrances. So around Vault 76, we have Oregon Cave, we have Settlers Ridge, we have the Coop, we got more Oregon Cave entrances, we have Blue Ridge Bunkhouse, Forward Station Tango, and Gilman's Lumber Mill. These are 6 brand new locations, and of course, that's a couple extra just for the new entrances to Oregon Cave, and they're all pretty neat. They're all kind of a introductory place to all the factions, but I'm not going to show you every little detail of it because I want you to go ahead and explore. So I showed you the locations, and I'm going to let you guys go ahead and explore these for yourself. They are really neat, small places, and good for new players to kind of see all the factions around. So absolutely, veterans, new players, go ahead and find these, and they're great fun. Alright, so for change number 3, we have a new nightclub incoming. It really seems that way. So at Ingram Mansion here in the Savage Divide type area, you will be able to enter, well, not actually enter, you can go on the property of what appears to be a upcoming nightclub. It's kind of odd, and I'll show you a bit what I mean. Now, I can't remember 100% how everything was before the changes, so if any of these things I'm pointing out, like the sign here, Wednesday Ladies Night, was here before, just correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I definitely don't remember what's coming up, which is going to be a sign on the door. So let's head over here to the right door right here and read this little note on the wall. And this note reads, "To all the deprived souls in this soundless, lightless mountain range, this space is being reimagined, rehabilitated, and revitalized. Return upon completion for divine libations and bewitching performances. You are long overdue for the best night out you ever had." And then it's signed Evelyn Russo, songstress and owner. If this note is anything to go off of, is that we have a nightclub coming up. Apparently, this place is going to be redone into a nightclub, and there's already other stuff here, like this sign for Scenic View, 6 caps. So, let's go test it out. So, it's just going to be this bridge right here and to a oh, Lord. That is a long way down. If you are afraid of heights, please don't look at your screen for like 5 to 10 seconds. Actually, let's just get off of it right now. Okay, so for the rest of the house, there is not a lot of changes. I mean, of course, it looks like there's some scaffolding around, a little area back here with some Brahmin, terminals, and little audio tapes. I'll let you guys listen to those on your own. So that way you have a reason to come over here and check this area out. I don't know if that has anything to do with the nightclub, but you never know. So for change number 4, it would appear that there are now donation boxes at every free location that you can fast travel to. There is one here in Foundation. There is another one at the front door of the White Spring Refuge. So right here, and a random naked ghoul right next to it. That's a little freaky. Right in the crater, there's going to be one that's a little bit harder to find. So when you enter Crater and you cross the bridge, just go right here to the sign that says Guns, Guns, Guns. Turn to your right, and you'll see this workbench room. It's kind of tucked in there. It's a little weird placing, I'm not going to lie. And there's another one in Fort Atlas, so kind of tucked away too, might I add. But when you enter, just go back towards the front door, and right here on the right is a tucked away donations box. Of course, obviously, the Vault 76 one. You can walk down the stairs, and voila, right here for new players to see with a little note. Now, there is also one at every single train station. Though I should mention that I did say it's at every free location to travel to. There is not one, at least not what I've seen, at Nuka World on Tour or the Rusty Pig. There is not one at those two as of right now that I can tell. Alright, so for change number 5, we have a free backpack. So for new players, these backpacks on our back, you'll see it on a lot of Fallout players running around. These are very useful. And when you leave Vault 76 and you head over to the Overseer's camp, this is where you will find a Overseer's cache. In here is going to be the plan for the small backpack. And especially as a new player, you don't need anything more than that, at least for the first, couple of days. Very good, very useful, and I'm actually pretty happy with that change. Alright, so change number 6 is going to put a smile on the face of every veteran in Fallout, unless you already know what this is. So, from now on, after Atlantic City's update, any legendary enemy you kill will drop the item, whether it's weapon or armor, that is equal to the amount of stars of the enemy. In other words, here is a 2-star legendary, and when I defeat it and I look inside its corpse that just sounds weird, you will see a 2-star item. It's the same with a 3-star, it is the same with a 1-star. If it's a 1-star enemy, it'll only be 1. If it's 3-star, it'll be 3 when you grab the item. Very good, and honestly might save some time if you see a 1-star and you just don't care about going out of your way to deal with it. So, very good change, and I'm surprised this wasn't here at launch if I'm being honest. Alright, so for change number 7, this one we're going to have to make a new character, because this only happens to new characters or new players when they leave the vault of Vault 76 for the very first time.
From Antietam to Amiens, Okinawa to Anchorage, we have fought. And now, the Red Menace is at our doorstep. Democracy itself is under threat of annihilation.
Alright, so once you finish the amazing cutscene and you wake up, go ahead and make your character. I'm just going to use preset 1 and I'm going to name him Bob. Say hello to Bob. When you go ahead and grab your Pip-Boy, slap that thing on your wrist because it ain't coming off, and go through Vault 76, go up the way, grab your camp, and listen to the epic sounds of leaving the vault. Once you walk out of the vault, you will be given this choice, whether to go as a battle-ready dweller or a fresh dweller. If you choose battle-ready, you will be given some perk cards, weapons, armor, and a little bit of stuff to give you a good little build to go out of the gate. And if you go with a fresh dweller, you're literally just walking out the door as is, vault suit, and that's it. So you can choose. Fresh Dweller is the original authentic experience, and Battle Ready is if you just want to skip to level 20 and get cracking. Now, the new change is Battle Ready. This is brand new, and when you select it, you will get 5 more choices. You can go with a Commando build, which is about assault rifles and perception. You can go with Slugger, which is about melee and strength. You can go with Gunslinger, which is about pistols and agility. You can go with Shotgunner, which is about shotguns and strength. And you can go with Specialist, which is about VATS and perception. So, I don't know why Shotgunner is bugging out like crazy, but you can go ahead and choose either of these 5 to start. I will also tell new players that do not worry, whichever one you choose, you can always change at a later date. So since Shotgunner seems to be bugging out like absolute crazy, I'm gonna go with Shotgunner. But man, do they do a good job with this menu. It is really neat. But alright, let's go with Shotgunner. And when you select it, you will awake outside of the vault with all the stuff. So let's check out what they actually give you. So Bob is going to look into his Pip-Boy, and let's see what they gave Bob. So we got a shotgun with a lot of shells, a lot of medical supplies, Rad-X. Geez, some good plans right off the bat. We got some junk that we can use, a full set of leather armor, even more chems and bobby pins to use for picklocking, bobbleheads for strength. I mean, man, they kind of spoil you when you... Oh, another pistol. Rataway, they give you everything. Wood and... Wow. Okay, so Battle Ready actually gets some pretty decent stuff. Let's look at the perk cards, because I think they're supposed to get... Wow, okay, so they give you solid perks, actually. Very solid perks, I have to say. Wow, okay, so they give you Action Boy or Action Girl, depending on your gender. They give you rejuvenated, shotgunning perks, first aid. Okay, that's very good, actually. But for now, we must say goodbye to Bob. So, everyone say goodbye, Bob. All right, so number 8 is a very obvious change. Veterans are going to just be rolling their eyes, but in all honesty, there is probably going to be some newer players or returning that hasn't played in years, and I thought this would be a nice little change to help them out. They might not know about expeditions. So it is a legit change. When you go into your map and you hit X to open the expeditions, there is going to be 2 choices, Atlantic City and the Pit. Well, with the Atlantic City update, obviously as being the name of the DLC that just dropped for free, it's going to be the new 2 Atlantic City expeditions, tax evasion, and the most sensational game. Now, I will mention, for new players, if you see the Pit, that was a previous release that brought a bunch of expeditions, and by that I literally just mean 2. They brought 2 expeditions, but we're looking here at Atlantic City because that is what's new with this newest update. So I returned to end the video here at Nuka World like we began, and there is a giant mole rat fighting us, so I'm just going to talk over it. So that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I hope that at least one of these changes is something you didn't know and is going to help you tremendously. So of course, if you liked this video and you want to see more Fallout or Starfield or a couple other games, we got a good variety. Hit the like button on this, subscribe to see more, and comment. Give me some thoughts or maybe some changes I missed. Let me know if there's more. So without further ado, I don't want to waste too much more of your time. And yeah, so I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, I will see you in the wasteland.